Hello students and welcome to the new lecture session on on fundamentals of automotive electronics, sensors, actuators and processes. Myself Shankar Ghosh, Assistant Professor of Automobile Engineering Department, Dr. Sudhir Chandra Sur, Degree Engineering College under JIS Group. Today we will discuss on the new topic, that is the fundamental of automotive electronics, sensors, actuators and the processors, which is the module number 3, which is known as the vehicle operation and control. This is the subject of modern vehicle technology under the 7th semester automobile engineering students syllabus. So student, in this topics we will discuss about the uses of automotive electronics, sensors, actuators and processors, and they are working with the automotive, and the outcome of these subjects. Students, they can identify the sensors, those are fitted into the automobile, and they easily understand or introduce with this sensor and their position. So students, let's start the today's class on fundamental of automotive electronics, sensors, actuators and processors. Next is, so students, let's start with this automotive electronics. Automotive electronics are any electrical generated system used in the road vehicle. Why automotive electronics are used in this automotive? In the previous car, we can see there is a battery system, and battery powered the various electrical components of a vehicle. Right now we have more precaution, and we are thinking on the various safety purpose of the vehicle. So beside this safety purpose, though maximum things are acted on through the electronics. In the previous vehicle, as I told about the emission, there are some black smoke emits from the engine, but today's now we are want to combustion the want to the proper combustion. We want to reduce the unburned fuel, so which is helps the electronics portion. So this automotive electronics, which is organized to need to control the engine. Beside this, all the various components, those are connected in the vehicle, interior system and the exterior system, those all of our today's automotive electronics are controlled. So this automotive electronics, if I want to divide it into three devices, that is, one is sensor, which is sense from the sends some signal to the processor, and processor processing that signal, and then he sends the action to the actuator. As I told, if I think about a mosquito bite, when a mosquito sit on our hand or in our body, and it's start to bite, the nerve sends some signals to the brain that some mosquito bites on my hand. When mosquito sit on my hand, and then he started to bite, That time brain signals to the other hand to hurt the mosquito or to remove the mosquito from your hand. So this is the action. So here sensor looks like a nerve system which sends the action to the brain. The processor is similar to the brain, and actuators which is take the reaction by the similar to the hand. So this is the main things which is done by the automotive electronics through these three elements: sensor, processor and actuators. Now coming to this electronic control unit. Electronic control unit is the main processor of the automotive system. So in the automobile industry, so students, in the automobile industry, an electronic control unit in automobile industry, an electronic control unit is an embedded electronic device, basically a digital computer that read the signal coming from the sensor placed at the various part and in different component of the car, and depending on this information controls various important unit, example engine and other automated operation within the car among many. So basically an ECU or the electronic control unit is any embedded system in the automotive electronics that control one or more of the electrical system or the subsystem in a vehicle. The types of ECU includes ECM or engine control module, PCM powertrain control module, TCM transmission control module, BCM means brake control module, CCM central control module, CTM central timing module, JEM general electronics module, BCM body control module, SCM suspension control module, control unit or the control module. The taken together, these systems are referred to as the vehicle's computer. Technically there is no signal computer but multiple one. Sometimes one assembly incorporates several of these individual control module. As I told, various types of module means engine control module, brake control module, body control module, transmission control module, powertrain control module, central control module, central timing module, even general electronics module, all are connected with this ECU or electronic control unit as shown in this figure. This ECU or electronic control unit uses closed loop control, a control scheme that monitors output of a system to control the input to a system, managing the emission and fuel economy of the engine. The ECU or electronic control unit uses closed loop control. This control scheme monitors output of system to control the output of system to control the input to a system, managing the emissions and fuel economy of the engine, gathering data from dozens of different sensors. The ECU performs millions of calculations each second, including looking out the value in tables, calculating the result of long quantity to decide on the best spark time or determining how long the fuel injector is open. So some modern motor vehicle nowadays, modern vehicles have up to 80 ECUs. The embedded software in ECUs continue in increase in line count, complexity and the sophistication. Managing the increasing complexity and the number of ECU, the vehicle has become a key challenge for original equipment manufacturers. This sensor convert a physical or a chemical quantity, chemical or physical quantity into the electrical quantity. The sensor convert
I found a few electrics near you.
Basically, sensor converts a physical or chemical quantity into an electrical quantity. Sensors are either direct indicating. Sensors are either direct indicating or are paired with an indicator. Sensors are either directly indicating or paired with an indicator. A good sensor will have the following characteristics. That is, the sensor should be sensitive. The sensor should be sensitive to the measured property. The sensor should be insensitive to any other property. The sensor should not influence the measured property. So these are the main characteristics of the sensor. In an ideal situation, the sensor should have the output signal of the sensor which is exactly proportional to the value of the measured property and should follow the linear characteristics. The gain is then defined as the ratio in between the output signal and the measured property. And the third is the resolution of a sensor is the smallest change it can detect in the quantity that it is measured. So student, this is the sensor. Now, as I told, here is the picture of the various types of sensor. Let's start the various types of sensor. That is, start with these headlights. Here is the sensor which is headlight range sensor. This is a chassis level sensor. This has the motor position sensor. This is the differential non-contacting angle sensor and combo sensor of steering torque. This is the throttle positioning sensor. This is transmission sensor. This is the acceleration pedal angle sensor. Here is the steering sensor. Here is the HVAC sensor. This is the mirror sensor, the wheel speed sensor, and the fuel level sensor. So there are, besides this, there are more number of sensors which is used in the vehicle. Here few of the sensors are and their position shown in this figure. Now comes to the types of sensor. Students, in a vehicle we use a number of sensors. Today we use number of sensors. This number of sensor can be classified in various ways. One of them is engine sensor, speed sensor, and the vehicle sensor. Here the engine can be classified according to this. Those are connected with the engine, that is oxygen sensor, throttle position sensor, crankshaft position sensor, map sensor, engine coolant temperature sensor, and the mass airflow sensor. The number of sensors used in the automobile has raised dramatically in the last decades. Currently, vehicle can contain 40 to 50 of them, and researchers are looking for new sensor and now way to package them. Increased use of wiring has caused the harness weight to increase from 4 kg 50 years ago and between 37 to 91 kg in today's vehicle. So students, here we start with this oxygen sensor. This sensor is used, this oxygen sensor is used in the mechanism service, used in the mechanism service for air fuel ratio measurement, for the air fuel ratio measurement. It is basically installed in the exhaust system of the vehicle and attached to the engine's exhaust manifold. The sensor basically measures the ratio of unburned air fuel to mixture. So student, this oxygen sensor is used in mechanism to serving for air fuel ratio measurement. This is placed in the engine's exhaust manifold to find out the unburned air fuel ratio, find out the ratio of unburned air fuel mixture. This sensor is also known as the lambda sensor. Next is throttle position sensor. A throttle position sensor is a sensor which is used to monitor the position of the throttle in an IC engine. A throttle position sensor is used to monitor. Throttle position sensor is used to monitor the position of throttle in an IC engine. The sensor is usually locked. The sensor is usually locked on the butterfly spindle so that it can directly monitor the position of a throttle valve butterfly. This sensor is located onto the butterfly spindle. This sensor is usually located on the butterfly spindle so that it can be directly monitor directly monitor the position of the throttle valve butterfly. Here is the picture of the throttle position sensor. Next is crank position sensor. A crank position sensor is a component which is used in an IC engine. A crank position sensor is a component which is used in an IC engine to monitor the position or rotational speed of the crankshaft. So students, this crankshaft position sensor is used to monitor the position or the rotational speed of the crankshaft. This information is used by engine management system. This information means position and rotational speed of the crankshaft. This particular information is used by engine management system to control the ignition system timing, to control the ignition system timing and other engine parameter. Here in the picture you can see this is the crankshaft position sensor. This is the reluctor ring and this is the harmonic balancer, and here is the small gap which is shown in this picture. Next one is MAP or map sensor. Here map means not the navigation map. Here map means manifold absolute pressure sensor. So this map or the manifold absolute pressure sensor is one of the sensor which is used in the IC engine. The manifold absolute pressure or MAP sensor provide instantaneous manifold pressure information to the ECU, to the engine electronic control unit, engine ECU. This data means instantaneous manifold pressure of engine. This helps to calculate the air density and it helps to determine the engine's air mass flow rate, which in turn determine the required fuel metering, for optimum combustion. A fuel injected engine may alternately use MAF or mass airflow sensor to detect intake airflow. A typical configuration employ one or the other, but seldom the both. Here is the picture of the MAP sensor. Next is coolant temperature sensor. The coolant temperature sensor is used to measure the temperature of the engine coolant. The coolant temperature sensor is used to measure the engine coolant of an IC engine. The reading from the sensor, the reading from this sensor are then feedback to the electronic control, to the engine control unit. This data from the sensor, this data from the sensor is then used to adjust the fuel injection and the ignition timing. On some vehicles, the sensor may be used. On some vehicles, the sensor may be used to switch on the electronic cooling fan. The data may also be used. The data may also be used to provide reading for a coolant temperature gauge on the dashboard. The coolant temperature sensor work using the resistance. The coolant temperature sensor works using resistance. As temperature subjected to the sensor increase, the internal resistance changes. Depending on the types of sensor, the resistance will either increase or decrease. Here in the picture shows the coolant temperature sensor which is fitted in the vehicle. Next one is MAF or mass airflow sensor. A mass airflow sensor or MAF is used to find out the mass flow rate of air, which is entering a fuel injected IC engine. The air mass information is necessary. For the engine control unit to balance and deliver the correct fuel mass to the engine. Air changes its density as it expands. Or the contract with the temperature and the pressure. In automotive application, air density vary with the ambient temperature, altitude, and the use of force induction, which means that mass flow sensors are more appropriate than the volumetric flow sensor for determining the quantity of intake air in each piston stroke. Here is a picture of mass airflow sensor. Now comes to the speed sensor. There are various types of sensor which helps for the vehicle speed sensor, that is wheel speed sensor, piezo sensor, LiDAR, NPR. So students, let's start with this wheel speed sensor. A wheel speed sensor or vehicle speed sensor or the VSS or the vehicle speed sensor is a type of a tachometer. This type of a tachometer, it is sender device which is used for reading the speed of a vehicle's wheel rotation. It usually consists of a toothed ring and picker. Here is a picture of the wheel speed sensor. Next one is piezoelectric sensor. A piezoelectric disc generates a voltage. A piezoelectric disc generates a voltage when deformed. Change in shape it greatly exaggerated. A piezoelectric sensor is a device. Piezoelectric sensor is a device that use piezoelectric effect. It use piezoelectric effect to measure pressure, the pressure, acceleration, strain, or force by converting them to an electrical signal. In the automotive industry, piezoelectric elements are used to monitor the combustion when developing the IC engine. Here is a picture of piezoelectric sensor. In this picture, the positive part is the in the center portion, and the outer portion is the negative part. Next is LiDAR. LiDAR means light detection and ranging. Light image detection and the ranging. That is LiDAR. LiDAR. This is an optional remote sensing technology. That measure the property of scattered light. To find range and or other information of a distinct and target. The prevalent method to determine distance of an object and is or surface is to use the laser pulse. Like this similar radar technology which use the radio wave. The range to an object is determined. The range to an object is determined by measuring the time delay between transmission of a pulse and detection of the reflected signal. Here is there's a picture which is related with the LiDAR. Here is a light image detect and ranging. As I see in the picture, this is the main vehicle and this is the sided vehicle of this center. If it is a center vehicle, as is the center vehicle, it has a position of 4 vehicle, so it emits some wave range, and there is a blockage, means there is something. If there is blockage, then there is something. So in this way, this lighting image detection and the ranging, the drivers can easily find out is some vehicles or some objects are there near to his vehicle or not. Next is ANPR. ANPR means automatic number plate recognition. It is a technology that uses the optical character. uses the optical character recognizing an image to read vehicle registration plate to create the vehicle location data. It can use exciting closed circuit television or CCTV, road rule enforcement camera, or camera specifically designed for the task. This is used by the police force around the world for law enforcement purpose, including to check if the vehicle is registered, or licensed. It is also used for electronic toll collection as pay per use roads, and as a method of cataloging the movement of traffic, for example of highway agency. Automatic number plate recognition, or ANPR, it can be used to store the image captured by the camera as well as text from the license plate, which some configurable to store the photograph of the driver. System commonly use infrared lighting to allow the camera to take the picture at any time of day or night. This ANPR technology must take into account plate variation from place to place. So student, this is the NPR. Here is a picture of ANPR, which is actually in the toll plaza. There is a camera which is easily identify the number plates in this picture. There is a road CCTV which is easily identifying the registered or licensed vehicle. So students, in today's class we will cover the electronics, various kinds of sensor and their pictures and their position. In the next class or second part of this class, we'll discuss another type of sensors and actuators and their uses. So till then, stay at home, stay safe. Thank you so much.